This program is made possible by 46% of non-retirees believe they can't afford to retire. American Senior Benefits agents help retirees find solutions aiding your journey to retirement and financial security. More at wichita.americanseniorbenefits.com. Moving can be stressful. Whether your move is local or long distance, 2 Men in a Truck can help. More at twomen.com.
Are you a wartime veteran ages 73 to 85? Did you know there are new rules that may affect your pension? Don't lose out on benefits you deserve. Our team serves you because you served us. Contact Long-Term Care for Veterans today.
King Senior Solutions, educating clients and offering solutions for Medicare beneficiaries. Personally selecting the plan that fits your needs. More at kingseniorsolutions.com. King Senior Solutions supports KPTS.
Hello, I'm Katherine Ambrose, and this is Empowering Seniors. Today we're starting a two-part series with Mitzi Beach. She's been a local interior designer for 30 years and a certified aging in place specialist. It's made up a long part of her career, and it's perfect for our show. Welcome, Mitzi, and thank you for having us in your gorgeous home.
I'm loving being here. I love talking about aging in place, interior design, anything that empowers seniors or all people.
Very good. Well, and you've written a beautiful book, Design Smarts, Inspiration for Home Plus Life. So tell us a little bit about that.
The reason I wrote the book is because in all of my design projects, I am observing major faux pas that would accelerate the quality of their living, but also the safety and the function. So what does one do when you have a message? You write a book.
Very good. And it's an awesome book. And you can find out more about Mitzi on mitzibeach.com. And her book is available on Amazon. And I know local bookstores already carrying it here, Watermark.
Yes.
And so part one, we're going to talk about the home. We're going to talk about safety primarily.
Yes.
So share with us some of your thoughts on spaces.
That's really my passion. I believe that everyone deserves a safe home, whether you're 2 or 82. And major accidents happen in the home. Most accidents happen in the home, especially for those over 65. The statistics are daunting. And by simple acknowledging how one can make your home safer can save time, money, pain, and losing out on life. So my theory is, why would you not want to do upgrades? And I'm not talking about remodeling your whole kitchen or your whole home. We write in the book about how one can do simple upgrades to make profound difference in your life.
Awesome. Well, let's hear about that, Mitzi. What are some of your top tips for the home? And since we're standing in your gorgeous kitchen, maybe share with us some of your thoughts on the kitchen.
Okay, first off, I think that having a microwave over the oven should be against code. It's a huge safety thing. If you have something on the stove cooking, a pot, and then you reach up to get something out of the microwave, that's an accident waiting to happen. And as one ages, they may have arthritis, they may have weaker wrists, and that's even a more hazard-ish statement. So then function also goes with safety. When things function well, they are safer. They're safer. I don't know many people that don't have aching backs.
Right.
So we do stovetops rather than drop-in ranges and use wall ovens so that ergonomically you're not reaching down, picking up a heavy pan or cookie sheets. It's just ergonomically not the best for us.
So if you have the option to have a wall oven rather than a drop-in range, that can be safer and just feel better. it makes sense to me about the microwaves.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes in new home construction, there are decisions that are made and become kind of common practice that aren't always the safest.
Well, and it's what we've done always. This is the way we've always done it. We keep doing it. A solution to that issue is to have a microwave on the counter or a drawer microwave. But for people to know and talk to your builder, talk to your developer, talk to your remodeler, or if you're a DIY, ding, 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 think about that.
Well, and people might be thinking that it's an upgrade to put that microwave in when in fact maybe they're better off with one on the counter.
Right.
Let's talk about countertops.
Yes.
Counter space and just
Yes, that's a
clear
biggie.
space in general.
Yes, Catherine, you're exactly right to bring that up. Clutter is a huge safety issue. And a lot of people, regardless of age, use their kitchen as an office, storage, mail, and maybe a little food. You know, but we want to keep, and obviously this kitchen right now is a little sterile because we're moving. But I have a minimum of things out because I am a cook, I'm a healthy cook, but I keep it free of a lot of clutter.
It's probably a lot more inviting to think about cooking if your space is clear. And you were talking about you categorize
The storage.
All right, so A, B, and C. So tell us about that.
It's one of my favorite things to talk to clients or family about. A lot of times we're seeing people use their A storage. That's what is ergonomically closest to you, the most handy for you. And if I open someone's cabinet, I will see that for things hardly ever used. And so it doesn't make any sense, but that's why they have a lot of clutter. So I do A, B, C. A spaces are those that you're really using, and that's where you put your dishes, or it's such common sense, but we get lost sometime in how we're using our spaces. B, you're using it more, maybe your toaster, things that you do every day, but they don't have to be right there, but they're easy to get to.
Okay.
C would be in your kitchen, things like your waffle iron, if you have one, or your griddle, or whatever that is. That doesn't even have to be in your kitchen. I bet most people use those every few months.
Right.
And it takes up a lot of A space.
Okay.
And that causes clutter because you don't know where to put things.
All right, so think about your prime space for your A stuff. B might be a little further away. That's the stuff you don't need as often. And your C stuff doesn't maybe even need to be in the kitchen.
Right.
So really think about how to preserve your A space.
Right.
All right, talk about flooring and flooring surfaces. I know that is
That's
a biggie in interior design.
It is. And carpeting is kind of the stepchild right now. We're not using a lot of carpeting, but especially we don't want carpeting in the kitchen or the bathroom. Very rarely do we see that anymore, but that is one of the least expensive ways to upgrade your home. There's no way to clean carpet to make it sanitary if it's in the bathroom. So enough about that. But it doesn't have to be hard surface like tile in the kitchen. It can be cork, it can be engineered wood, it can be real wood, but anything that is non-slippery. We don't want shiny surfaces.
And something that's very washable.
Yes, and easy upkeep. All of us are busy. No one wants to have things that are high maintenance. So
lighting. So you put a lot of thought into this kitchen and the kitchen you're moving into. So let's talk about lighting and your choices on coloring in here.
All right. Lighting is probably the highest priority from the first thing I address. And it's probably the thing I battle with clients and builders the most because we never have enough lighting. And that's why we have dimmers. So we get at 50 years of age, we need 4 to 5 times the lighting we need when we're 20. Because our corneas are different, they're more yellow, we need a lot more lighting. Most homes have not upgraded their lighting at all. So that's probably where the money should go, is in lighting.
Okay.
It causes stress, it causes accidents, it causes shadows. So under-counter lighting in a kitchen is reasonable, and that's probably the number one thing I would recommend. The lighting, the flooring, the ergonomics, the function, hitting those in whatever room it is will put you at a level that is much safer and more pleasant to live in. Those are the biggies.
And so how important is it to design your home environment to be pleasant to live in? What does clutter do, and what do when it's just not pleasant, what does that do for us?
There's a term that we really aren't familiar with often for most people. It's called visual clutter, and it's visual stress. It takes you, we don't realize that our eyes and whatever we see goes into our brain going ding, 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 ding. And it's like being at a buffet and you have all these little dishes and you're like, what do I do? What do I see? And then you go to the end and there's roast beef or a ham, and it's a relief because you don't have to see all this stuff. And if you transfer that to your home, to have it be less visually demanding, that's why it's so stressful. There's too much to take in and consider. We don't have a choice about that. That's how our brain is. What it sees, it has to register.
Very good. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. So let's go and talk about your bathroom. I know you put a lot of good aging in place things in here that don't necessarily look like aging in place.
Right.
So I can't wait to share with our audience about design smarts for the bath.
All right, let's do it. This is what an aging in place bathroom looks like. It can be beautiful as long as it is safe. More accidents happen in the bathroom than any other place in the home. So we're going to talk about the main features. And the one is this cute little tub. It may look cute, but it's extremely functional because one can sit, transfer in, it can be in the tub, it can sit on the ledge, but the handheld is very important in this tub. The shower over here has no curb or no step. It's called a zero entrance. The reason this shower is like it is that it has no step, no curve, is because if you wanted to roll in a wheelchair or a walker, if you have a curb, it makes it almost impossible. Okay. And so there are much higher level, more sophisticated drains now if it's a curbless zero entry shower. But in 2006, when we did this, this is what was available. But I have to say, it works really good. Everyone loves this shower, no matter what age they are. It can be very functional, and the water does not come out. So one of the main things, if you can at all do a curbless shower, it's highly recommended. Handrails are a must. I don't care what the age you are. A lot of people get dizzy bending over, standing up, and going, it's just a good thing. The floor is intentional. People that have any eye issues, especially macular degeneration, they cannot see where the wall and the floor start and stop. So this is why there is a row of blue tile. My late mother-in-law really appreciated this. And the sink is open in the bottom. There's no vanity. And so one can roll up in a wheelchair, or they can also be in a walker. My grandchildren loved this sink. They had a little stool under there, and they just thought it was just for them. Lighting is very important in the bathroom. Again, a lot of accidents happen because one cannot see. And so have more than you think you're going to need. Flooring is non-slippery. This is a tile floor, which is the most practical for a bathroom, but it's also not, it's a matte finish. Any floor is slippery when it's wet, but it's really slippery if it's shiny. So those are the main things. But as you look at this bathroom, you will see that it does not look like we're in a hospital or a medical facility. Anything can look good and beautiful and be safe. That's the main thing I love for people to know.
You would never know. It was designed to be aging in place. And I know you mentioned your grandkids have loved that bathtub.
Yes.
And I love your handrails.
Yes, and these, in 206, when we did our home and gutted it to make it an aging in place home, we didn't, we want to say they're handrails, not grab bars. Boom, so anyway, it's just a new phrase. So these are acrylic instead of having the metal, whatever that might be. But now they're gorgeous. They can be acrylic and colors and all kinds of different finishes. If you're remodeling, you want to do blocking in the wall before you sheetrock for the stability. But now they even have them that they're like a molly bolt, and they go into the sheetrock and they will be secure. It's just like, how many times do you see towel bars that come loose from the wall because our sheetrock doesn't have as much pulp in it as it used to.
And if someone went to grab a towel rod that would come loose, that could...
They would certainly do that with a grab bar or a handrail.
Well, I love it. It's just as cute as can be, and I'm so happy we could show it off. In that last segment with Mitzi, we talked a lot about bathroom safety. Let's dig into that a little deeper with my guest, Bonnie Holman. Bonnie is a certified aging in place specialist and has a passion for making spaces accessible and friendly for her clients to better enjoy their lives. Bonnie, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
So share with us what aging in place means and that designation that you and Mitzi both have, Certified Aging in Place Specialist, what all that entailed.
Certified Aging in Place Specialist means that we've taken classes and passed the test to say that we learned what the intent was in the classes so that we could become certified. But the actual activity that follows that is the ability to design for people with special needs, basically, whether that's mobility, vision, hearing, any of those kinds of things.
So a lot goes into that design. And when you're designing a home for aging in place so that it will be suitable for long-term and comfortable and safe, what are some of the things with regard to the bathroom that you keep in mind?
The bathroom has what Mitzi refers to as handrails and non-slip surfaces. Sometimes if it's a wheelchair-bound person, that can involve even some cabinetry and those kinds of things.
So, Bonnie, in accessibility for bathrooms and planning for aging in place, what are some of the things that you keep in mind as a designer?
Accessibility, ergonomics, the handrails, what Mitzi calls handrails, but I call them grab bars, are one of those things. Non-slip surfaces, height differences, even lighting and some visual aspects of that.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about what you mean by visual aspects.
One of the main things that sticks out in my mind is a lot of people, if they have a visual concern, may need a difference in color, for instance, in the countertop from the floor. In a contrast, for instance, a light-colored countertop and a dark-colored floor or vice versa, so that if they're sitting an item on that countertop, they actually see where the edge of it is.
Okay.
Another visual aspect might be in the lighting. So many houses are built with the lighting above the mirrors instead of to the side of the mirrors. And it casts a shadow down, and so sometimes things are not necessarily well lit. Plus, most contractors or electrical contractors should know the appropriate spacing for can lighting. And some of that can lighting can be put in the shower. Again, a shower may even want a visual designation in color from the floor, especially if there's a bit of a step up into it.
So like two different colors of flooring for the shower and for the floor outside the shower.
Even if there's a bench in that shower, that could be a different color so that the person doesn't miss the bench if they're sitting.
I think that probably it's good for all of us if we're planning on aging in place to keep that in mind because we don't know what may happen or change with our eyesight. And Mitzi mentioned that after about 50 years of age that we require a lot more lighting, and just some of those things are going to just probably happen to all of us, where you might go to put something down or sit on something and it's not quite there.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. Yeah. So I was fascinated by the idea that a home should be safe whether you're 2 or 82, and some of the safety items that she put into this particular bathroom. And so I'm glad that you brought us some samples that we can talk about today. Looks like you've brought some really cool samples for us to see, so thank you.
It's kind of exciting.
It is. I'm excited. Okay, so tell us about these choices.
Sure. I have here some grab bars, or what Mitzi calls handrails. And for the most part, when people talk about grab bars or handrails, they envision the plain stainless steel ones, which have been the quintessential, standard product that you can get. But there are some other fun options that can make your home a little bit more decorative. And one of those would be, for instance, the oil rub bronze. It allows, if you've got oil rub bronze metals in your home, this allows you to match your grab bars to the rest of the metals in your home. Also on the decorative scale is this one, which is great fun. This one is, it's shown in shocker colors today, if you happen to be a shocker fan, but it's available in a wide variety of colors as in the swatch kit there.
Okay.
And I think that Mitzi had white.
White acrylic. And
acrylic.
I think hers were a little bigger. She said that she put hers in 2006, and that there's a wider variety out there now. And being in real estate, I can tell you, I don't recall seeing anything like this in any homes. And I definitely saw the benefit in her bathroom of having those. And I don't know if it was you, but someone said that by the time you know you need a grab bar, it's too late. And so getting those grab bars in can be a really smart decision. So Bonnie, you mentioned that handrails maybe aren't just for bathrooms, that they could be anywhere. And now you've brought flooring samples to talk about. And so these are samples that could be, this type of flooring could be put in a bathroom or anywhere.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Bathroom, family room, living room with an area rug or something, although area rugs can be a little dangerous for people who are aging. But these floorings happen to be LVT, or luxury vinyl tile.
Okay.
And these come in different kinds of formats based on how they're to be installed. But you can see that these have some texture in them, and so they provide a little anti-slip type thing. They're pretty affordable as flooring goes. And some of those different ways of having those installed are, some of them, like for instance this one, the wood grain one, it looks like real wood, but it's vinyl.
Yeah, it might be hard to tell.
It is.
Sometimes when I'm in homes for real estate, sometimes I have to really bend down and look closely or even feel it.
Yeah, this one happens to be a floating floor, which requires no adhesive. So if there's a concern with asthma or some breathing conditions, that would be a good option.
Okay, because it can kind of encapsulate the flooring underneath and just provide a new fresh surface. Right. And you'll be able to keep it clean.
It may require an underlayment depending on what is underneath there. But it's a good option if there is a lung or health concern regarding the breath. This one is a peel and stick.
Okay.
And actually, you just peel off the backer and stick it in place, and you have to be very accurate with it. But then there are the luxury vinyl tiles too that some of them look like a ceramic tile, like this one. Some of them look just like a stone or a tumbled sandstone or something like that. And the other option for adhesion is actual adhesive. Now the floating is a little bit more expensive, but the one that you adhere with actual adhesive is a little less, but then you have your cost of adhesive, so it's kind of a wash.
Okay.
In affordability.
And then would going to some type of ceramic tile or installed wood floor be kind of the next step up? And I would imagine that there are different varieties, so you could get that also in a non-slip.
Yes, and if you went with a ceramic or a porcelain tile, I would suggest again get one with texture.
Okay.
Because some of them can become very slick if they're just a smooth surface, particularly if they're a glazed surface instead of a matte surface. And so,
which could be dangerous really for anyone of any age.
That's right.
Little children running
right.
and just out of the bathtub and a towel, very dangerous.
And also what's underfoot, sometimes as you step into a shower, if you have that shower pan or the shower floor have something with texture, even small tile with grout, and you know the trend is getting away from that, but sometimes that's a safer option, or putting your rubber ducky stickers in your shower or even your bathtub as you step in. There is also a spray-on non-slip that you can mask off. You could even create a stencil the shape of what you're doing.
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
spray that on. Yeah.
Okay.
And so there are lots of options to protect the upright person.
Well, I can picture that. I think that sounds really interesting. Well, thank you for bringing these in. I think that
You're
helps
welcome.
to know that there's a wide variety of choices, more than ever, and that it can be very affordable to install these safety measures in your home.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Bonnie, thank you for being here at the studio today and adding to our conversation so that we could go a little deeper on all of these. We really appreciate it.
I'm delighted to have been here.
Thank you. Great information. Any final thoughts to pass on for spaces?
Sure. I love having this opportunity to share aging in place, but I really want to emphasize that an aging in place home does not have to look aging in place. Safety, beauty, ergonomics can live very nicely together.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. And again, if you'd like more information about Mitzi Beach, you can check that out on mitzibeach.com. And we appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
This program is made possible by 46% of non-retirees believe they can't afford to retire. American Senior Benefits agents help retirees find solutions aiding your journey to retirement and financial security. More at wichita.americanseniorbenefits.com. Moving can be stressful. Whether your move is local or long distance, 2 men in a truck can help. More at 2men.com.
Are you a wartime veteran ages 73 to 85? Did you know there are new rules that may affect your pension? Don't lose out on benefits you deserve. Our team serves you because you served us. Contact Long-Term Care for Veterans today.
King Senior Solutions, educating clients and offering solutions for Medicare beneficiaries. Personally selecting the plan that fits your needs. More at kingsenior.solutions.com. King Senior Solutions supports KPTS.